Hi everybody, how's it going? Today we have problem number 45. Problem number 45 is the last problem in this course. It will be the last problem in this course. As I saw in the beginning of this course, we will have between 40 to 50 problems. So we will make a 45. Okay, this is the last problem of this course, and we will jump after that to the course number 4. So let's see requirements. It's to write a program to read the PIN code from the user and check if the PIN code is correct or not. And the user has 3 attempts before its account got locked. So it's exactly like the previous problem number 44, but we optimize a little bit the code to give the user just 3 attempts, 3 tries. If the user insert the PIN code for 3 times wrong, we will lock the card of the user. Okay, so let's go to the run first, check it out together. It's same exactly like the previous problem, but we optimize and repeat the code, and we make it according to the bank rules, because any bank in the world give you just 3 attempts, 3 tries. If you insert them wrong, insert the bank code wrong, your card will get locked. Okay, so please enter the bank code. Let's say it's 44. It's wrong number. You have 2 more attempts. Okay, and 2033, for example, enter wrong number. You have 1 more attempt. If I answered also, this is the last time. If I answer for the 3rd time, wrong one, the compiler display for me the string. Wrong number, you have 0 more attempts, so I don't have any more, and the program is finished because display for me this last string. Your card is locked. Call the bank for help. So let's go to see how we did it. First thing, we have read PIN code. It's from string data type. It's same like the previous problem. Nothing changed. Everything exactly like the previous problem. Okay, I just open it to see it. And after that, we have check PIN code. Check PIN code also is same exactly like the previous problem, but we modify or we add something inside the function, inside this function that's called check PIN code. Let's open it. It's from Boolean data type. Perfect. We have a string PIN code, and after that we declare counter. We assign to it number 3 to have a 3 attempts or 3 tries. So we define integer data type. We declare variable, name it counter equal 3. And inside do while loop, we put the counter first thing, because once we do run, compiler come to this function, check PIN code, go to do while loop, counter minus minus. First thing, while the compiler will do, execute the question, we display the question and take the PIN code from the user. Before we let the compiler do this by using read PIN code, because read PIN code function return for us the value or the PIN code to take it from the user through the console screen, and we assign to the PIN code. Exactly the same as we explained in the previous video or previous problem. Before we let the compiler do this line of code, we will take 1 from the counter. So we did counter minus minus, and you already know what is minus minus operator and plus plus operator. So counter minus minus make the counter value instead 3, it will be 2. So now we have just 2 attempts. Okay, and we take the value that we take it from the user through the console screen by using this function read PIN code. We assign it to the PIN code local variable that we declared inside this function check PIN code. Okay, and we will check by using if else statement. If PIN code equal 3030, because this is our correct PIN code, yes, return true and exit me from this function and display for me your balance or the balance with the string. Your balance is $3,000. Okay, else if it's wrong, it will be else see out wrong number. You have counter, it will be already 2 if I did, or if I answered the PIN code for 1 time wrong, so the counter it will be 2 more attempts. Wrong PIN, have, we call the counter. Why we call the counter variable? Because the counter variable is stored inside it the number, and every time we do minus minus, the counter value it change. So for that we call the counter variable. We'll not write it as string. For example, you have 2 times, you have 3 times, you cannot change the number of the 2 times 3 times attempts unless that we use the counter variable, because counter variable it's every time has minus minus, every time decrease by 1 by using minus minus operator. Okay, so see out wrong PIN, this string you have, we call the counter, and between double quotation after that less than between double quotation more attempts. So for example, now if I insert for first time wrong PIN code, the counter it will be 2. So the compiler will display it wrong PIN, you have 2 more attempts. And after that, system color for F to make the background of the console screen red from black to red. And here in the while, we will check if the counter greater than or equal 1 and PIN code doesn't equal 3030. In a previous problem, we will have just this condition inside while statement. PIN code doesn't equal 3030. Please get back to the do while loop and execute for me the question again and again until the user insert the correct PIN code. It was infinite, but this time we don't want it infinite. This time we want it limited. Just you have 3 attempts or 3 tries. For that, we take the counter we put it inside the while as a condition. Counter greater than or equal 1 and PIN code doesn't equal territory. If it's one of these conditions wrong, the compiler will exit this do while loop and will return 0. Why return 0? Because if the compiler reaches this level while the compiler reaches here, that's mean you finish your attempts or tries. If you not write this return 0 inside the function of check PIN code, the compiler will complete in the main function and print for you or show you the balance, and this is wrong solution. We have to use return 0, which means return nothing, which is return 0. Okay, so we catch the user here with while statement. We said counter greater than or equal 1 if the counter reach 0, because if the counter greater than 1, we still have some attempts, some tries. If the counter even equal 1, which means we still also have the last one try. But if the counter reach 0, so we don't have any attempts anymore. For that, this condition, it will be false, and the compiler will exit this do while loop and go to complete the rest of the code after the do while loop, which is return 0. And here in the main function is same, but we add else. If check PIN code, if it's true, already make the system color to F, which is make the background of the console screen green from black screen, and print this string. Your balance is $3,000. If it's not, if the compiler reaches this level, return 0 here in check PIN code function. So it will be else. Return 0, it will not be true, because if check PIN code, this is true. It have to be through the condition up in the check PIN code function. But while the compiler reach here, return 0, because the counter is less than 1 and the PIN code, it doesn't equal territory, so the compiler will reach here, return 0 in the function. So after that, when the compiler get back to the main function, it will execute this code. Compiler will execute this code that inside else statement. See out, your card is locked, call the bank for help. Alright, let's do run again. This time we will make it like we'll insert one time code correct. For first time we'll insert wrong. 222, it's all wrong number, you have more 2 attempts. 999, wrong number, you have 1 more attempts. So this time I'll answer it correct to not lock the card. If I enter the PIN code for the 3rd time wrong, compiler will look like card or display for me, your card is locked, please call the bank or connect the bank for help. Okay, so that was the problem number 45. Problem number 45 is the last problem in this course. See you next course, guys. See you next lesson, in the first lesson of the next course. Ciao.